Right now, there are 131 active deep underground military bases in the United States. There's 1,477 of them worldwide. Each one has an average cost of $17 to $19 billion. Each one is built in the site. It used to be it'd take a year to 2 years to build each one, and now they're capable of building a couple of them a year with sophisticated methods. My colleague Al Bielik has actually been on some of the high-speed railways, the magneto-leviton trains that connect all the deep underground military bases within the United States. He's been on a Mach 2 train and floats off a single rail at a 3/4 of an inch off the rail, and is what you'd call high tech. We have nothing like this on the surface.
Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Akiam. And this is the book of Deuteronomy 32, and I'll start from verse 39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Okay. And as you saw from the video, and the title of this lesson and the video that I put before this lesson, why try to run? That's dumb. Okay. Basically going into the deep underground military bases that the elites of Esau Edom have been purchasing up and down throughout these past few years, okay, because they are looking to hide, to run from the judgment and the destruction of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. And even more so, you have some of these deep underground bases in America, Babylon the Great as well, where the elites, they have that false belief that they will be able to escape from the judgment of the Most High Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai by hiding, in those domes, okay, but in all actuality, they will not be able to do that, okay, because according to the scripture, the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has already said and already established that Babylon the Great, they shall, everything in Babylon will be destroyed. All of the inventions, all of the works of Esau, that's in the book of 2 Peter 2 verse 13, okay, all of the works, all of the inventions, all of the evil that Esau Edom has created, has made, everything that is in Babylon the Great, both the people, the animals, the plants, the objects and the different things that are there will all be destroyed, okay, will all be destroyed by that nuclear fire, the besom of destruction of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, okay. And no matter how far you run, how much you hide, you will not be able to escape the judgment of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. And of course, you have precepts that can prove that, okay, because the Most High will still bring His judgment on you people out here. So let's go and get some more, okay? And this one should be so this is the book of, I'll start from here, the book of Luke 23 Luke 23 from verse 20 in Luke 23 verse 20 Luke 23 verse 30. Then shall they begin to say to the mountains, fall on us, and to the hills, cover us. Hold on. Now I'm looking for it in Revelation the 6th chapter. Okay, Revelation the 6th chapter. Okay. So this is the book of Revelation 6 verse 12, and it reads, and I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as the fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And those stars are representing the nuclear missiles, okay, when they are coming down on the earth, and when they are being launched and coming down on Babylon the Great, okay, and on all the and on various parts of the world as well, okay. Now continue from verse 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island are moved out of their place. And this is of course the mushroom cloud and the shockwave from that mushroom cloud, in which the scriptures are showing that the destruction will be so powerful that it will even move mountains, okay. It will even be able to, it will even be moving mountains and hills, okay, to be completely restructure the lands, okay, that the land of Babylon the Great is completely, how do I put it now? Or basically, it's going to change the map. Okay, it's going to change the map, or turn it upside down, because you know how powerful those nuclear blasts are. We know how powerful those nuclear blasts will be in the coming days, because not only is it just one, which one nuclear bomb is already powerful enough to give you the heat of the sun and to destroy a good portion of Babylon the Great, but you'll have millions of them being shot at Babylon the Great and and landing on it for what I'm probably assuming is going to be, from a few minutes to an hour. Okay, so landing so much so that the earth will be shaken, that there will be a global earthquake all over the world. Okay, and you'll be able to see the cloud of our burning from any part of the world. You'll be able to see the smoke of the destruction from any part of the world. And this is what this is going into. The heaven they passing as a scroll, basically the mushroom cloud. Okay, now Revelation 6 verse 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? And this is the elite of Esau, Edom, okay, and even the lay person, okay, the average, the average devil in this world, okay, Edomites and the other nations as well, and even 2/3 of our people, because you have Jakes out there that are buying these dumps as well. And basically, they're going to try and hide in a deep underground military base, underwater military base, is one in space, one in the mountain ranges, different places where they are going to try and hide themselves in. But of course, they will not be able to hide from the Most High Yahweh Basham Yahushai, because it should already be established. It should already be a well-known fact. Okay, basically, truth positive. I think that's how the saying goes at this point, that you cannot hide from the eyes of Yahweh Basham Yahushai, and you sure as hell cannot hide from the judgments of Yahweh Basham Yahushai. So all these so-called dumps they are making, okay, it is all for naught, because as the scriptures say, the Most High will have mercy on whom he will have mercy, and he will destroy who he will destroy. Okay. Now, if you have it's not now. There are other military bases, these deep underground military bases all over the world, in other parts of the world, except for Babylon the Great. And of course, that majority of the elites, okay, and even it's already happening to what I'm looking for. It's already happening on a low level right now, where you have the elites. They are basically going into hiding in other parts of the world. Okay, that's why you had that back in 2020, where all the CEOs basically just retired. Okay, where like thousands upon thousands of CEOs just retired from their companies, right? But now they are hiding in various parts of the world, because they understand that Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed, and of course they will be saved, because those elites especially of Esau, Edom, and the other nations as well, that will not be destroyed in Babylon the Great. Okay, that will not be destroyed in the nuclear fire. They are going to be the first batch of slaves. So, and let's get this preset. This is the best preset to use to explain this. Okay, so this is the book of Jeremiah 15 verse 1, and it reads, "Then said Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind will not be towards these people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth." Okay, and previously this precept was a representation of our people, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. But guess what? The cost that the Most High had put upon our people, okay, it is now being turned on the heathen, starting with Esau, Edom. So now verse 2, Jeremiah 15 verse 2, "And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith Yahweh, such as are for death to death, such as are for the sword to the sword, such as are for famine to famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity." Okay, because the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, all of you that don't get killed by the sword, all of you that don't get killed by the famine, all of you that don't get killed by any other form of any other form of death. Okay, animals, um or so on and so forth, any animals, fire, poison, so on and so forth, you are going into slavery, you are going into captivity. Don't think that, oh, well, the Most High is saving your life because he loves you or anything like that. No, he's preserving you for captivity, except you are of the elect, of course, okay? And of course, this precept does not apply to Jake anymore because we're not, our people are no longer going into captivity because now we are going to be the ones putting people into captivity, as the scriptures say. Revelation 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. This is the faith and the patience of the saints. And that was one of the first precepts I ever read that made me realize that, well, shit, Esau is going into slavery by fire by force, okay? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, of course. Now, Jeremiah 15, verse 3. And I will appoint over them four kinds, saith Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. And I will cause them, okay, that's basically the whole point right there. The whole that's all the point right there. And this of course is applying. I'm applying it to I'm applying it to the other nations I'm applying it to the other nations, okay, to the heathen, to Esau, Edom, and to those that have come against the Israelites, okay, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And I believe that in the book of Zephaniah or Zechariah. Let me just get it. This is the judgment that the Most High will bring to all of those that come against Ariel, okay. That was the term that was used there. Okay, that's Isaiah. So this is the book of Isaiah 29. Okay, no, this isn't it. Their tongue shall consume away in their mouth, right? Okay. This is Zechariah. This is just another precept to show you that when the scriptures are talking about the destruction, it's talking about nuclear missiles. Okay, when the scriptures are talking about this destruction, this fire that is being brought down by the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, when it's talking about the destruction, the stars falling from heaven. Okay, it's talking about the nuclear missile in some cases anyway, but and in some other cases, like for example, I think that should be, I've forgotten the exact chapter in the book of Revelation, but the woman that was clothed with is with 12 stars, right? And those stars are of course representing the 12 tribes of Israel, okay, and the beast when he used his tail to take down, anyway, anyway, let me just continue reading. Okay, a third of the stars from heaven that was talking about the nation of Israel as well. Okay. But it's the book of Zechariah 14, verse 12, and it reads, and this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. That's basically, going into like I said, the nuclear missiles. Okay, you see, the fire is going to be so hot that it will burn you instantly. Okay, where you stand, and not even the bones will be left. And if you saw the aftermath of, the atomic bomb that was dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, little man and fat boy. I think that's fat boy and little man or something like that. Okay, you understand the kind of destruction, okay, the kind of the kind of destruction they are dealing with, okay, only just to realize that that was 70 years ago, not 70, it's like 80 years ago, okay. So 80 years of advancement in nuclear technology, because Esau Edom hasn't just been sitting on his thumbs, just letting just continuing in the same type of technology, okay, but he has been advancing and increasing the effect, okay, the deadliness of these nukes to the point where the destruction is going to be unparalleled. And which is why I did that video saying that the highlight of this kingdom, the highest point of this kingdom will be its destruction, because nobody out here expects millions of nukes to drop on one portion of the world, America, Babylon the Great, but it is going to happen. Nobody expects our Lord Yahushua to come back in the chariot, okay, and deliver his elect, but it's going to happen. Nobody expects the men of the Lord to come back, to be given those new bodies and spiritual power, but it's going to happen. And nobody expects that the next kingdom that is coming up right now, well, of course, the elect expect, okay, and those are the house of Israel, the house of David expect, but the overwhelming majority, okay, nobody expects that the next kingdom is for the house of Israel, okay, and it is going to be an eternal kingdom. But now back to the topic of the DUMBs, okay? And it's funny that this, and it has to be the spirit that this, deep on the ground military base was called dumb, because that's basically the most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai mocking these people, man. Because the idea of creating a bunker, okay, a doomsday bunker for yourself to try and escape the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is just dumb, okay? Because you should already understand that. But of course, you know, Esau, being the devil that he is, and the Most High, of course, is blocking their minds, okay, blocking their minds to be able to get this understanding. But you cannot escape the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, though you run to the farthest part of the earth, right? Let me just get the precept real quick. That should be in the book of Amos, the ninth chapter. Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb into heaven, right? Then shall I bring them down. Though they climb to, though they now, I've forgotten how that precept goes. This is a good time to bring it out. This is a good time to remember, because it's a beautiful precept. Whenever you hear about these deep underground military bases and the elite, building them up, just be, since you know the truth, you're just chilling and relaxing. Like, why won't bother doing that? That's dumb. That's a waste of time. Okay, you should just, you Domites, your fate is basically sealed, okay? There is no magic trick, there is no silver bullet that can save you from the coming destruction. So this is the book of Amos 9 verse 1, and it reads, I saw Yahweh standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, and the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword, and he that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. And that's right, because nobody is going to escape. Nobody is going to be able to run away from the judgments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And this makes you think of that precept, where it talks about how the day of the Lord is darkness and not light, even utter darkness. Okay, let's get that precept first and foremost. Let's also get that precept, okay? Because you have some people out there that are having some strange ideas, like, oh, you can escape the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But that's not what's going to happen, okay? It's not going to be that, though. They just that putting that, it isn't going to be that, though. It's not going to be you escaping the, it's not going to be you somehow managing to, finesse the Most High. People out here in the world are wild, man. They think that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is like a man. That's why the Most High has to come with the power that he's coming with, okay, with the angelic power that he's coming with, because if he does anything less, okay, these people out here won't know what's up, okay? These people out here in the world, they won't know what's up, okay? So this is the book of Amos 5 verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh, to what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? That's right, okay? No matter what you escape from, most time, no matter what you escape from, your judgment will still be waiting for you at the final point, okay? There is no way you can escape. There is no true escape, because I think that, oh well, you survived the C19, you survived the C hip, you survived WW3, right? And so on and so forth. But eventually, okay, if you survive all of these things and you're not an Israelite, you're not of the elect, okay, all these are awaiting you is slavery, is captivity. And if you are and if you are an Israelite, okay, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the scattered Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. If you are an Israelite and you're not of the elect, you are still going to be put to death, okay, even if you survive the destruction. Because you know that, of course, during that time, you might have some other people that might accept, but you have others that, the ways of this world have seduced them to the point where, they have to be put to death. Okay, so this is the book of Amos 9 verse 2, and it reads, though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb into heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. That's another thing right there, even if you manage to hide yourself in a military bunker, that doesn't stop the Most High from dragging you out of it, okay, and bringing you before, and bringing you before, Allah Yahweh, okay, because because if you have a bunker in Babylon the Great, at least you are going to be destroyed. That's if already a foregone conclusion. But you have a bunker, a deep underground bunker, maybe in space, maybe in deep in this ocean, okay, maybe in a mountain somewhere, or maybe just deep underground. This is how the Most High is going to take you out, okay? Going to drag you out of it, drag you down from there, okay, and bring you before the feet of our Lord Yahweh Shai. And that's Luke 19, verse 27. I believe that those my enemies that would not that I those the enemies of Yahweh Shai Salakia, those enemies of Yahweh Shai that would not that he would rule, right? Bring them before him and slay them. Let me see if I can get that precept real quick. Here it is, Luke 19, verse 27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. And in that day, man, I'm going to have a lot of these. Yeah, this is mainly actually going into Jake, man. In those days, I'm going to have a lot of our people that have to be brought before, have to be you know put to death because they will not accept the reign of their Lord Yahweh Shai. They are still on that they are still on that Pharisee timing. Okay, they still have that Pharisee spirit on them. I'm talking about the unrighteous Pharisees in this case. Because you had a lot of Pharisees that that just needed a little that eventually came around to our Lord Yahweh Shai and understood who he was. Okay, the Apostle Paul, I believe it's Nicodemus, okay, that asked our Lord Yahushua about being born again, right? And there are so many other ones, that were secret disciples of our Lord Yahushua. But you have some of our people, you Jakes, because it's actually referring to you Jakes, because those of our Lord Yahushua that would not that don't want to be under his rulership in the other nations, they will become slaves, okay? They'll be put into captivity, especially the elites of Esau, your international money men, okay? Death is not going to come to you. And this is just me speaking as a man, but let me just say it anyway, okay? I believe that the elites of Esau Edom for the 1,000 years, okay, the 1,000 years that they will exist in the kingdom, they will never taste of death, okay? Because even if you get put to death, the men of the Lord will make sure you come back, revive you instantly, and make sure that you revive you in the prime of your youth so you can continue to walk for those 1,000 years, okay? We don't allow you to go to the spirit world to go and rest. That to be perfect punishment for you devils, man. But anyway, let me just get the final precept I actually wanted to bring out, Let me get this. And that precept is going into the war in heaven, right? Because what you devils don't understand is that when our Lord Yahushua returns, there will be no place for you to hide, no place for you to even exist anywhere on the earth. Revelation 12, verse 7. Once our Lord Yahushua returns, Edomite will be persona non grata. Hold on, I have to go and I have to get that in the doctor go. I already know what it means, but since it came into my mind, I have to bring it out. Okay, and it's something that's okay. Let me just do this one. Persona non. I think that's how you spell it. This is the word persona non grata, and I use the Merriam-Webster dictionary, and it says a person who is unacceptable or welcome, lest there be any fornicator such as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Right? That's basically the whole definition right there. A person who is unacceptable or unwelcome, and Esau Edom is right unwelcome because he is eventually going to be destroyed, right? As the scriptures say that there shall be none left of the house of Esau. Okay, I shall make Esau a stubble and Jacob a fire and a flame, and there shall be none left of the house of Esau. I believe that should be Obadiah. Okay. So now Revelation 12 verse 7, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So Esau Edom is about Esau Edom He's about to be kicked out of his power. And once he gets kicked out of his power, he shall fall and he shall be like his own dung. So he's not going to fall to, like Louis C.K. said, right? He's not going to fall from number one to number two. He's going to fall from number one, all the way to the bottom, okay? And our people are going to jump up from number, from the last to the second to the last, okay? We're going to jump from the last to the first, okay? As the scriptures say, the first shall become the last. Esau, Edom shall become the last. And the last, which is our people, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You scattered Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. The last shall become the first, okay? Power must change hands. That's a little bit of the Christian madness. That's a little bit of the Christian madness. But anyway, but the broken clock is right once or twice, right? So with that, I'll end the video right there. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash, Wa Abad Babal, and through the Spirit. I hope you Akim and your are edified. Shalom.